Imagine a world where the supernatural isn't hidden in the shadows. It's running the show, and you are the only one crazy enough to punch it in the face. You are Kit Strongarm, a half-demon, half-human brawler with a penchant for trouble, a mouth that won't quit, and a family tree that looks like a horror movie casting call. Welcome to Bloodlines, the 21st explosive, hilarious, and action-packed installment in John Conroe's legendary The Demon Accord series. If you love urban fantasy tropes, sarcastic protagonists, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a guy who refuses to follow the rules take on gods, demons, and ancient vampires with nothing but his fists and a bad attitude, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in comedic urban fantasy, blending the visceral chaos of magical warfare with the profound humor of a man who just wants a quiet life but keeps getting dragged into apocalypses. The narrative kicks off with Kit facing a new threat that hits closer to home than ever before, forcing him to navigate the treacherous politics of his own bloodline. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of ozone and cheap beer, the roar of enchanted engines, and the creeping dread and hilarity of knowing that every family reunion could end in a brawl that levels a city block. Conroe excels at capturing the psychological toll of being the universe's punching bag, making every magical duel, every diplomatic disaster, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is becoming a footnote in demonic history. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular reluctant hero trope and the brilliant found family dynamic. This isn't just about casting spells, it's about navigating a web of deceit, outmaneuvering rivals who have superior magical resources, and using human ingenuity and brute force to turn a disadvantage into a weapon. Watching Kit reverse engineer enemy plans, forge uneasy alliances with former enemies, and completely shock arrogant archdemons with his stubborn refusal to die is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the crack of bone, the shudder of impact, and the frantic chatter of the bridge crew feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular explosions and the fantasy mechanics, the soul of the Demon Accords lies in its characters and the heavy burden of loyalty. Kit isn't just a fighter. He is a deeply human individual, struggling with the moral weight of protecting a world that often doesn't deserve it. The emotional anchor of the story is his fierce, unbreakable bond with his ragtag group of allies, a found family bound by shared trauma and a mutual desire to keep the world from ending on their watch. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet conversations in the bar feel just as impactful as the explosive sector-wide battles. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A Mojer conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces Kit to push his abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled courage. Kit doesn't just survive the assault, he completely shatters the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and sheer stubbornness to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Bloodlines is a triumph of the urban fantasy genre. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. John Conroe has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the survivor. The system is live, but his future is bright.